Hi, my name is Mark Branca, and I'm here today to talk to you about the DCT industrial project. It's called the DCT Modern Logistics Center. I want to thank you for giving us this opportunity to look at the site and to present our marketing approach to DCT's proposed industrial park in Airport West, Miami. Let me introduce our team. Tyler Kitson, who will talk to you about site analysis and design. Robert Saunders, who will talk to you about market analysis. Nicola Reed, who will tell you who our direct target tenants are, and Mike Cohen, who will talk to us about financial analysis. The DCT Modern Logistics Center is designed primarily for third-party logistic companies. It's a 28-acre advanced industrial park located near Airport West. It involves the phased development of 3 industrial buildings totaling more than 450,000 square feet. We've done the market research, and we've looked at the national, the regional, and local factors. And we've seen several economic drivers that point to greater demand for this type of space. We've looked at the growth in the economy. We've looked at the fast-paced growth of e-commerce. We've looked at regional trade and the expansion at the local ports, Miami International Airport and the Port of Miami. All of these point to positive signs that this industry is prepared to expand. And DCT answers the demand with this project for a modern distribution center to accommodate this expanding industry at Airport West. This prime location gives DCT an edge over other competitors by designing it with higher clear heights, with ample trailer and employee parking, with giving it easy truck access and security, and most importantly, higher efficiency. This center will be designed to accommodate the modern logistics centers and be efficient for function and distribution. We've also looked at DCT's model and their long history as a leader in the industrial development. And this is in line with their vision in capitalizing on growing markets like Miami and maximizing on value-add opportunities. This approach not only fits into their corporate vision, but it also fits into their financial objectives. By incorporating innovative design, high efficiency, and green building solutions, this industrial park will be the benchmark in the region for all industrial real estate. It will be the modern logistics center. Tyler.
Well, to elaborate on what Mark mentioned, this property is located on 28 acres and divided into 3 Class A industrial buildings. Located in the emerging Miami submarket of Airport West and Doral, the center itself is carefully designed and provides all necessary attributes of a sophisticated distribution center while maximizing efficiency. Not only that, it's the prime location giving premier access to Dolphins Expressway, leaving us only 7 miles from the Miami International Airport and only 15 miles from the Port of Miami. Now, each building comes with 32-foot ceiling heights, ample parking loading docks, and a well-lit and designed landscape program, including 3 lakes that will be used for retention water and add some aesthetic look to the property. Now, we took many steps looking into how to maximize the efficiency of the building, and our main focus was on lighting. Lighting is one of the largest sources of energy consumption in commercial and industrial applications. On average, lighting consumes about 40% of the total energy consumption within these buildings. Our first step, using skylights. Skylights using the natural Florida light can help, open up the space and completely, almost 70 to 80% eliminate all of our artificial lighting. Not only that, but for the lighting that we do need for working at night or for the offices, we can really use LED T5 lighting instead of the metal halide lighting that most distribution centers are using. On average, metal halide fixtures use about 450 watts of energy, while the replacement T5 fixtures only use about 190 watts. Not only this, but comparing from metal halide to LED, we can save almost 50% of our energy savings yearly. Not only are we saving on energy, but these LED lights also have a lot longer lifespan. The T5 lighting roughly loses about 5 to 6% of its light output. Throughout that same time period, the metal halide lighting can lose up to 35 to 40% of their light. So not only are we increasing our energy, but we're reducing maintenance and saving our tenants a lot of money. While lighting is extremely important, we also looked into water consumption. Main things that we looked into were low flow toilets, waterless urinals, and motion censored sinks. Just alone, low flow toilets can save between 20 and 40,000 gallons of water a year, depending on how many toilets you have. But we figured this would be very important for the tenants' efficiency. Using all of these products, we feel like our building can be LEED certified. Being LEED certified can help attract tenants and create positive attention to the market. DCT can continue to make a difference in helping the environment and reducing its carbon footprint, while offering compelling proof to its clients, peers, and the public at large that they have achieved their environmental goals and that the buildings are performing as designed.
All right, now I'm going to introduce a couple of the key facts that have actually come aboard through our market analysis. One of the first things that we need to point out is that there's over 300,000 square feet of industrial space that was delivered in 2014. Also, there's about 383,000 square feet that's actually in the pipeline, under construction as we speak, as of the third quarter of 2014. Now, as far as vacancy rates and absorption, over the past 5 years, the overall Miami industrial market has actually fallen from a high of 8.5% in 2010 to as low as 5.7% in the third quarter of 2014. And regarding that, over the last two quarters, the vacancy rate has actually been reported at 7%, with a net absorption of around 92,000 square feet. Now, in Miami Airport West, the trend, one of the things that we pointed out, or that you will see in our book, is that there's a trend for what's called the flight to quality. Now, what this means is that the tenants in our area, in our submarket, they have actually been leaving the second generation older buildings for the new modern buildings that are out in the Medley area, because they're Class A and they're modern as far as that's concerned. Now, what's going on when we bring our Class A development to this area? We have an ideal location to really absorb that trend that's going on. We can really get a substantial amount of those tenants that have been going away. One of the tenants that we wanted to point out that have been coming into the area were Amazon. They recently came into this area. Also, the market has encouraged the expansion of existing leasehold, like the OHL. We pointed out the example here. They basically doubled their capacity within this year, going from, I think it was about 76,000 square feet to about 185,000 square feet in that Pan America site. One of the areas that have actually exploded over the course of the past 2 years has actually been the third-party logistics companies. Now, nationally, what we've seen is that there's actually 60 million square feet of modern logistics facilities that were under construction in Q1 of 2013. Now, one of the more important things that we want to point out is that with this amount of demand, this is where we want to target and why we decided to go with this particular site.
And I'm going to speak to you about why we decided to go with logistics. Now, the logistics market in Florida as a whole has been expanding and thriving, and that's part of the reason why the Port of Miami and Port Everglades are expanding as they are. The Port of Miami is currently spending over $2 billion expanding to take the larger ships that are going to come through the expanded Panama Canal, and that will improve the logistics capabilities of the port itself. The international airport is constantly expanding through their capital improvements program to increase the carrying capacity and the logistics capabilities of the airport. Now, Miami as a whole is ideal for logistics for a number of reasons. And one of the main reasons is a strong logistics cluster that they currently have. There are a lot of logistics companies currently operating out there that are taking up a lot of space. And they have a lot of headquarters out there, logistics headquarters out there that are also taking up a lot of space. And these include Ryder Systems and CSX corporations that will create business synergies for the new companies coming in that allow them to work together well and to increase their carrying capacity as well. The extensive multimodal transport system. Now, being located where they not only are 15 minutes from the seaport and 10 minutes from the airport, but it gives them access to the rail and as well as the road network that we've highlighted on our map. It is one of the leading international trade centers in Florida, and that's because of, as we mentioned, the airport and the seaport and the access to those two things. There are almost $160 billion worth of goods coming into the airport and the seaport yearly. Now, one of the reasons, or the main reason why we chose to go with logistics is because of e-commerce. Now, e-commerce sales are annually 20% and are expected to reach $750 billion globally. And that's what's driving the logistics market. People are no longer necessarily going into stores, but they're more going online, and e-commerce is no longer being viewed as an annex to business, but actually an integral part that requires its own real estate servicing. There are currently over 200,000 square feet under construction and $1.2 million square feet proposed because of the driving of the e-commerce facilities.
Morning, my name is Michael Cohen, here to talk to you about the financial analysis of what we feel we can see in the DCT Logistics Center. Taking the top chart, shows a 5-year hold in what we believe is a standard, typical industrial product you would see in today's market. According to the third quarterly report, CoStar, we roughly believe the rents are generated at $8.50. We did over 5 years. We believe in accordance with the vacancy rates of a 5.7%. And according to the CBRE, we believe that the operating expenses would be about $1.25 a square foot. As you're well aware, the market in Miami-Dade County is a gross market. So what our goal is to see is how we can put in these efficient and these different design concepts into the DCT Logistics Center and how we can minimize our operating expenses, thus increasing the bottom line for DCT. We believe also that an exit cap will give about 7.5%. Using all these through the land and development costs at a 5-year hold, we project a 9.8% IRR. Now to take this and through minimal amount of upfront costs through construction, we personally believe that we can push the market to a $9.50. This is right now is being offered at the Prologis Center in the Beacon subdivision, and we believe that we can be competitive with them through our innovative designs. So as you can see, we wanted to highlight what we could think the DCT Center could use by minimizing the vacancy collection losses down to 4% annually. In addition, we believe that we can reduce the operating expenses. That will be down to about 10% of the effective gross income. And we also believe at reversion, we'll be able to get a 7% cap rate. This, through a land development cost of slightly higher, more and upfront, at a year 5 will land about 11.72% IRR. Now, according to the most recent supplemental report by DCT, many of their acquisitions showed about a 7% return of what they're expecting. So by implementing this type of product into your portfolio, we think that you can certainly is a good asset to have, and we think that it will generate returns like this for 5 years. And we believe it's not only the rents are there, we believe the demand will be there for years to come. And we want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak with you. And we look for following up on this very interesting and emerging market. Thank you.